Let's take a look at what's going on in the West, starting with the Lakers and the Grizzlies, because Ja Morant and company came roaring back, Kendrick Perkins, to make this a 3-2 series.
They absolutely did, and I thought they did a great job of actually pushing the pace. The Lakers could not keep up, but look at Ja Morant, just relentless to the offensive glass. Best offensive rebounding guard in the league.
It looked like his hand was potentially bothering him a little bit less. The Lakers, though, mounted a little bit of a comeback here when Anthony Davis was on the floor. 3-point game at this point. But then Memphis, once again, just had an answer for everything, it felt like. Ja gets the roll.
He says he's too small. D'Angelo Russell got to do better defensively. But I just thought the Grizzlies, they felt off. They was off the crowd of the home crowd, and they had the energy. That's why they was live in the arena.
So it's a 1-point game, and Anthony Davis heads to the bench. He had 31 points, 19 rebounds, and yet not in the game. So Jaren Jackson Jr. goes to work here, blows a kiss to the crowd. Once again, the Grizzlies fight for the board. Xavier Tillman dishes it back out. Desmond Bane, you cannot leave that man in the corner like that.
Absolutely, and Tillman has been huge, especially at home, attacking the glass, and great find by him.
It just felt like a little, too late when Anthony Davis came back into the game. Memphis gets the win 116-99, so the series now shifts back to Los Angeles. In Game 5, it flipped when AD went to the bench. 4 minutes, 10 seconds to go. That was in the third quarter. Then the Grizzlies led 75-74, ended the quarter on a 19-2 run, and that all but ended the game, right? Let's keep it pushing to the Golden State Warriors because championships are in their DNA. Steph Curry getting set in Golden One Arena, but we were a little bit concerned here, Roz, because this is on the road where the Warriors have not been good here. Draymond Green came off the bench once again.
Yeah, I felt like this win was a significant one for the rest of this series, and if they advance, take them all the way on a nice run in playoffs. They needed this identity, confidence building win on the road.
1-point game, Steph Curry. Davion Mitchell, by the way, has done a fantastic job all series long. It is exhausting, I imagine, to guard Steph Curry. Clay, coming off the screen, finds his spot, elevates over Sabonis. It felt like Game 6 Clay arrived a little bit early.
Everybody was chipping in. It was Clay, it was Wiggins, it was Draymond, it was rebounds from Looney, it was Steph with the dagger, and it wasn't about a flurry of threes. These were tough half-court execution plays from a team with championship experience.
I will say on the Kings side, though, one of the reasons why it was so close late for Sacramento is the effort of Malik Monk. He was just everywhere for them, but Andrew Wiggins elevates, gets it to go. 5-point game. Once again, Malik finds Sabonis for the slam. 3-point game. This is when I'm biting my nails just a little bit, but putting Keegan Murray in a spin cycle, this would all but do it. And just for good measure, Steph Curry gets to his spot, looking, lobs it up and in and one. That would be the game, and Steph lets the crowd know it. So the Warriors' championship DNA was on full display, right down the stretch of Game 5. Helped them pull off a crucial road win. Golden State has won a road game in 28 straight playoff series. That extends the longest streak by any team in NBA history. But it all boils down to this, as I'm rejoined by our full panel here. The Grizzlies, they win. They force a Game 6. The Warriors, they are 1 win away from advancing. So, Perk, I'm going to start with you here. We heard Roz say that she thinks the Warriors may get this done in 6. Which series is going to 7?
Neither. We won't have a Game 7. Matter of fact, I'm tapping out on the Kings. Last night, what I witnessed out of the Golden State Warriors, they snatched their souls. And I can't say enough about 6-man Draymond Green. Coming in off the bench, it has been huge, and it's actually benefiting the Warriors. 21 points last night? And then when I think about Looney, can we talk about him anchoring that defense on the glass, basically just manhandling Sabonis, letting him know that there's levels to this, and Steph Curry and Clay with their shot making. And I thought Andrew Wiggins all night long did a nice job of hounding De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is talented enough that he's going to get his, but I'm waving the white flag. I'm tapping out.
All right, so you're going Warriors in 6, Lakers in 6.
Yeah.
Brian, where are we going for you?
Yeah, I like both teams' chances to close out in 6 at home, but I think the Lakers are in a little bit more tenuous position. Malika, sometimes we say LeBron looks like he's 28, not 38. Last night he looked 38, and they've got a real tough turnaround. They didn't get back to LA until 1 this morning. Very little time to rest. And look, the Grizzlies figured something out last night. Taylor Jenkins took Dillon Brooks out, put in Luke Kennard. It changed the spacing. Kennard was plus 26. I think you'll see that if Kennard's healthy. He did have a shoulder stinger, but if Kennard's healthy, I think you'll see that, and it might be a wrinkle that allows the Grizzlies, who are much younger, to have maybe a little bit of an edge coming back to LA.
Well, LeBron did take responsibility for that. He said, I played like a word I can't say on TV, but he vowed to be better in Game 6, and they're going to need to be because they do not want to go back to Memphis for a Game 7 added miles. You just don't want that. But it all goes down tomorrow night right here on ESPN and the ESPN.
The Grizz hit 14 three-pointers and defeated the Lakers 116-99 in Game 5, staving off elimination. Now the series shifts back to L.A., where the Lakers will look to clinch a playoff series at home for the first time since 2012 versus the Nuggets, excluding the 2020 bubble. LeBron knows they need to step it up.
At the start for me tonight, I was not very good at all. I think defensively I was pretty good, but offensively I was, not really good. Tonight I was, and I'll be better in Game 6.
Ain't got no choice.
All right, I'm starting with you.
He doesn't have a choice to be better in Game 6. He has to.
How bad was Game 5?
Well, here's what I'm concerned a little bit about.
Loss.
Yeah, the loss for the Lakers.
Not putting it all on LeBron.
Of course. Yeah. It's more so, I think age plays into this, Stephen A., as we get game day separations, right? So it's one game every other day.
Okay.
For the Lakers in Memphis. And what I saw Taylor Jenkins and company do last night, the pace of the game was frenetic. It's fast. There were about 7 possessions where it was back to back to back to back to back to back to back. Now, I think it's similar to the strategy I saw Mike Brown try to do with Davion Mitchell the first couple of games he played against Steph, where you just keep trying to chase him around. I think Steph's body, the conditioning, is more built for the endurance level of that. That's not what LeBron James is good at doing at this stage of his career at 38 years old. Okay. You do not want to get lost in a track meet with younger legs like Ja Morant and Desmond Bane, who, by the way, Desmond Bane has been the best player on the court the last 2 games. And their ability to knock down shots from the outside with him and Luke Kennard have been a major difference maker, and I haven't seen Malik Beasley knock down a shot in a while. Sometimes I wonder if he's actually on the court. But to me, AD played his best game. But this Game 6 in L.A., the last 2 games, Desmond Bane and Ja Morant have been finding their rhythm. I'm concerned. Now, I know LeBron can take over the game, but this goes back to that Dillon Brooks game. You still need AD to be aggressive. They need to slow down the pace. They need to dominate the boards, which they didn't do last night, and they need to hit shots from the outside. But LeBron also needs to be aggressive and attack the middle of the paint. That's where they ate in their last game that they won, in Game 4. This was a team that took a lot of jumpers in Game 5. That's not going to be the answer to beat them at home.
You're not wrong. It wasn't as bad of a loss as people think, though. And I'm going to tell you why. And I don't say this, and I want to make sure I'm clear so people listen. I don't mind. I don't give a damn about taking no damn heat from anybody. As long as you interpret what I said accurately, I will own what I say. That's all I ask from the public. I could care less what they feel if they're quoting me and they're interpreting it accurately. LeBron James, the reason why this loss wasn't a big game is because LeBron James let down the Lakers last night. LeBron James is the walking embodiment of a basketball savant. There is no one in the game of basketball smarter about the game of basketball that's in uniform than LeBron James. I have never heard anyone say otherwise in the last several years. There's brilliant basketball players all over the place, but none more brilliant than him. I'm talking about the thinking of the game. I'm talking about his mind. And to me, when you look at the pace, here's the thing. You saw, like you just point out, Memphis running the ball up the court. Did you know that the Lakers are averaging like 18.2 fast break points per game? They literally are leading all playoff teams in fast break points. So you're looking at the pace and you're like, wait a minute. They look slow. They look old. Memphis is running them out of the building once, when they went up like that 25, 26-2 run. You know what I'm saying? It was like 75, 74, late third, early fourth quarter. We get that, right? And you look at how fast Memphis appeared in those moments. But for the most part, the Lakers obviously have been leading everybody with fast break points, particularly in this series, which is a lot easier to do because you get easy baskets. Why wait for a half break setup when Steven Adams and Brandon Clark are no longer there? Yeah, you could attack in the interior, but if you push it with you, so you're saving his legs to some degree as well. So that helps. But here's where I bring up LeBron. Because LeBron is so brilliant, and LeBron knows himself better than anybody else, LeBron knew he didn't have it last night. So LeBron kind of caved. Right now, look at it right now. I wrote this down. It's 127 players this postseason with at least 23-point attempts. LeBron has the second worst three-point percentage of anybody. He's 6 for 36, 16.7%. That's what he's been going through. And so when you look at it from that perspective,